Hey, it's Alzay Calhoun with Coveted Consultant. We're in the final video of the series, and in this video, we're talking about how to follow up and close these high-level consulting leads. So we've been talking about this content marketing funnel, this entire series, beginning with your big idea, your transformational, productized service that you break apart into pieces. So your service has a number of steps. You explain each step in a standalone content piece that drives to a landing page, which has a follow-up series, a discovery call, and a proposal call at the end. So in today's video, we're going to talk about this follow-up piece that happens here. What happens, how it works, and how all the things connect together. So let's start with the landing page. So people only get here because they have read through one of your content pieces already. So each content piece dealt with a very specific issue. Here at the landing page, what you're saying is your symptom is you have a symptom of a larger illness. So the larger illness is what we want to help you solve for. So the landing page outline is very simple here. How to solve for the big problem, whatever that big problem is that you solve for, an image of your free report, some bullet points describing what's in the free report, and a simple call to action to register or to get that free report. What is the free report? You can simply combine each of the different content pieces, put them all together into one, and offer them here in the landing page. Right? So they now understand, or at least now they've been confronted with the fact that their symptom is a product of a larger illness, and you can solve for that larger illness. So then they register here. So then, as you know, they go through a follow-up sequence, right? So here's a very simple 5-step follow-up sequence to help people not only review the content that they just downloaded, but to help connect the dots between their symptom and what you solve for. So each message, right? So very simple. It's very simple. Hello and welcome, right? Welcome to your site. Welcome to your expertise. You want to restate the problem. So again, what is the major problem that you're solving for here? And you want to state that very clearly, the pros, the cons, and the risks of not solving the problem. You want to reveal life without the problem. So if they didn't have the problem anymore, now what's available? If they no longer had this issue holding them back, what's now possible for them, right? So you reveal life without the problem. In the next message, you want to compare some other options. There are other options. There are things that your best client is doing today because they don't know about you yet. And so you want to acknowledge what those other solutions could be, those other possible solutions could be. They probably aren't as good as yours, but that's the point. You want to help them see that you've tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those didn't work. And that's because they weren't all tied together like we do when we solve for the issue. And then last thing here is you want to make one final ask, a final reminder. Hey, before you forget, before you get too discouraged or distracted, we have a whole solution for any individual problem that you may have been suffering from. Give us a call and we can help you from there, etc. Right? So this is landing page follow-up. Now, what happens once they decide to speak to you? So you followed up. Now they're going to talk to you. How does that process work? So in the first discovery call, what happens? First and foremost, it's a discovery call. It's not a sales call. It's not a sales pitch. None of that. It is literally about your discovery of their issue. So rule number 1 here is do not sell. It's weird for you to push your product on them. It's weird for them to receive such a hard sales pitch. It feels needy. It feels desperate. And who wants to work with a desperate expert? Doesn't matter how great that expert might be. So rule number 1, do not sell. You can just wash that idea from you right now. So then what happens? So first is you want to set expectations. You want to tell them what's going to happen in this call, right? So you expect to better understand their issue, better understand what they're trying to do, what their goals are. Then you might offer them some suggestions, right? Very simple. You set expectations. So then you're asking them, so tell me about your challenges with X. What's your problem? What have you been doing so far to try to solve it? Tell me the story. So then they're going to tell you the story. Now, here's what I should have put right here. Once you say, tell me about your challenges with X, be quiet. Don't say anything else. If they're quiet, you're quiet. If they stop, you stop. And please, if they're talking, you listen. Be quiet and let them tell you all of what it is that they have to say. They will talk themselves into or out of whatever they're trying to talk themselves into or out of. But if you get in the way, you will stop that clarity from happening. Your goal here is to help them make an informed decision one way or the other. And you don't have all the answers. Most often, they already know what they want to do. They just haven't had a chance to talk it all the way out. So if you're quiet here, they will simply articulate where they are and what they're trying to get done. So then you can simply ask them, what are you trying to do? Again, be quiet and they will tell you what they're trying to do. Maybe they say it in a sentence. Maybe it may take them 5 minutes. That's fine. Let them tell you, let them process out loud what they're trying to get done. So then when they tell you what they're trying to get done, there's a very simple closing question. This, in many ways, is asking for the sale without having to hit them over the head. You simply ask them, do you want help with that? So I understand your challenges. I understand what you're trying to do. Do you want help with that? And be quiet. And they will tell you if they want help or not. And they'll be very clear about the kind of help they believe they need. They'll just come out and tell you. And so this is what allows you to begin to match where they are, where they stand, their perspective, and the clear service that you have to offer, and see how they relate. If they're far apart, then you tell them that right then. Where you are and what you need is separate from what we offer, or where you are and what you need is something we can exactly help you with, and here's how that might work together. So it's a very easy conversation. It's about being human. Now, what's important before you get off the call is you want to ask them, is there anybody else who's involved in the decision-making process? Because you need to invite everyone who's involved into the next call. So once you tell them, hey, what you've got going on is something that we can help with. This is generally how that works. So let's next week or 2 days from now or 3 days from now, let's meet again to discuss exactly how all that would work in your situation. When we do that, is there anybody else who needs to be on the call? And they'll tell you, maybe it's a spouse, maybe it's a business partner, maybe it's a subordinate, maybe it's a boss, maybe it's a team member. It doesn't matter. But what you want to make sure is before you get off this line and set up your proposal call, you know everyone who's involved in making this decision. Okay, so what you don't want to do, you don't want to extend this process out 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 free consultations. Not good for you, not good for them. So you've asked that question. Now you have an idea of how services and their issues match up. You understand who should be as a part of the next call. Simply schedule that next call. So now here's what happens in the proposal call. All right. So this is the second consultation. Rule number 1, do not sell. You don't have to sell them anything. Quick reminder, they've gone through an entire experience with you. Right? You took your idea, you broke it up into content pieces. They have reviewed one of those content pieces, decided to register at your landing page. They've received your follow-up messaging, right? And they've talked to you already on the phone and you discussed a match in problem and solution. You don't have to sell them anything, right? They've already made their decision. You just want to be clear with them on where they stand. That's all. So number 1, do not sell. Again, set the expectations. Hey, everybody on the phone or everybody who's in that meeting with you, I'm going to walk you through what we've talked about so far. I'm going to recommend what I believe to be the exact solution to your exact problem. And I'm looking forward to getting started today. Boom. Expectations set, right? So then here's the outline. Here's what I heard you say. So last time on the call, last time we had a conversation, here's what you told me. Right? Here's how I can believe I can help. Here's how I believe I can help what you told me. Right? And it's very simply, are you ready to begin today? And then be quiet. And they will tell you exactly what they want to do. And by this time, again, they've already kind of vetted out if they want to go forward or not. Whichever they choose is totally cool. The strongest, there are 2 strong parts about what makes this work. Number 1 is that all of this reinforces your authority in the situation. You are not selling. You're not greedy. You're not selfish. You're not desperate. There's no hard selling going on. and you're constantly setting expectations. You're helping them see what it looks like to solve their problem, how many steps it will take, how long it will take, etc. So you are constantly setting up your authority. The second thing here is there's no hard obligation for your prospective client. They don't have to do anything, right? They chose to be on this call. They opted in to the second call, and they don't have to buy anything. So everything they've done throughout this entire process has been their own organic decision. And so when they decide to work with you, that is their own organic decision, which means that they're not only saying yes to you and your services, but they're also saying yes to whatever other resources they need to put forward to get your solution to help it see maximum value. So that those extra resources might be time, it might be additional team members, it might be an additional budget to execute, whatever. But they know that when they say yes, they know what they're saying yes to, and they said yes. They weren't manipulated in any way to get to that yes. So this is the conclusion of the entire content marketing funnel, which as you create the content, this begins to happen on its own. And all you got to do is just respond when someone reaches out for a free consultation with you. So there's your process. Now it's time for you to tell me, what did I miss? So did I miss something? Should something be better explained here? Leave a comment. Let me know. Use the model. And I look forward to speaking with you soon.